What's up guys, I'm here once more with another video, and this is about the Sony FX3. And as you can see, I am actually outside. I don't know how the wind sound right now, but I'm trying to show you guys how I achieve this form of look with the Sony FX3. Alright, so for me, I like to make sure that my setting is the key thing for me to get this type of look, right? And also the lens that I'm using and how I set up the lens. So hear me out. Wow, the lighting has changed drastically, but that's good. So basically, one of my key settings is shooting with Cine EI, right? So I have two options in Cine EI. So I have a base ISO of 800 and I have a next base ISO of 12,800. So basically, based on the time of the day, that's when I know when to use it. So like now, I use the first base ISO at 800. So basically, Cine EI it works like this. So you get the best dynamic range out of your camera when you use Cine EI, and it's easy to understand. Reason why it's easy to understand, because you know, okay, in the night you can go to the second base ISO at 12,800, and then in the daytime you go at the first base ISO at 800. So there's no way you can get it wrong. Outside of that, when you're just using ISO, you're probably just, okay, let me just bump up the ISO, but then again, you don't know which one is the base ISO to use, right? So Cine EI helps you to understand which base ISO works best for the scene or scenario that you're shooting. Okay guys, make sure that your display LUT is turned on. So another setting that I love to use with the Sony FX3, right, is to import LUTs, yeah, whatever you guys want to call it. It's called a lookup table, right? So basically, because I'm shooting an S-Log3 and that's a flat video profile, you can't see any form of color. So when I have the lookup table imported onto the camera, I can actually have a preview of what the video looks like before the finished product. For the video file format that I'm shooting at 4K DCI, right? 4:2 10-bit, like, yeah, you can't go wrong with 10-bit, you get me? And for the lens that I'm shooting, this is the Sigma 35 f1.2. It's actually shooting at 1.2 right now. So if I should come in a little bit closer, see the background is like non-existent, you get me? But I also have a ND filter on the front, but ND filter is from SmallRig, right? So I use the ND filter for, like, it's like a glasses for the camera, right? So because I'm shooting flat, I just use the ND filter to, like, get back some of the, like, cut some of the light, I should say. So it cuts some of the light, you get me? And you can see how good it looks right now, yo. Yeah. So it started to rain and I had to, like, leave from that space to come here. One of the downfalls with shooting outside with the natural light, Mother Nature is very unpredictable, you get me? But the video has to go on. Alright, so as it relates to, like, some of the button functions that I use on this camera, basically let it remain the same, right? So like for this right there, that's right at my thumb. This is like I haven't assigned anything really outside of this right here, which actually switch from the frame rates that I want. This button right here, that's, you know, it's clickable. Can you hear it? Yeah, so it actually switched from the frame rate that I want, and it is also the button to use to, like, move the focus point and stuff like that. And this is the lens that I love to use. This is like a king of bokeh, you get me? The Sigma 35 1.2. So I was using it with this SmallRig matte box, you get me, where I can actually adjust the filter, have a little smudge on it. We can actually adjust the intensity, you get me? And because this lens is 1.2, I need to kill, like, a good amount of light. So this filter is actually 6 to 9 stops. And if I don't want to use that filter, I have a regular or small variable ND filter as well. Yeah, so both ND filters would be classified as variables, right? Also, another key element that I actually use, and it is very important, is that I shoot with this Sony Tough card. Yo, this is the only card, well, it's versus the V60 card, but this is one of the fastest cards that I can use to shoot at the max frame rate for the Sony FX3. Yo, without this card, there's no way you can actually, well, let me just say, best you guys use this type of card, because at the end of the day, it feels very durable compared to like other cards that seem so soft and plasticky. And based on the name, this is a tough card. So yeah, and the read and write speed is very fast. You get me? So with this type of card, I can actually max out the camera quality, so I can shoot, you know, like the highest frame rate there is outside of shooting to an external SSD, which I don't really shoot to an external SSD because like I don't have any reason to. But yo, this card actually works wonders for me. So here's a quick run through of my settings, which, you know, it's pretty easy, very simple to go through. So let me show you what I have right here. So typically this would be 4K 30, you get me? XAVCI, 4K DCI, 422, 300 megabits. And you know, once I go up to like 60 frames, I get 600 megabits, right? But this is like for talking videos for me. So I keep it at 30. Cool. And then lookup table on, and my log setting is, well, my lookup table preview is actually turned on for iRAY to S-Log3 based on the look that I want. And I keep this like standard. It actually looks pretty good. Right? And the base ISO, as I said, mentioned before, is 800, right? For the Cine EI, right? And the next base ISO is 12,800. Cool. And I actually just keep it at 800 based on time of day. And yeah, so that's basically me as it relates to like the color, the look, and everything for me. You get me? Second menu. And that's basically it for the second menu. Nothing really. And strictly S-Log3. And that is it. So guys, if you want to see more videos like this, like, comment, and subscribe. You get me? And I'll talk to you in another video. Peace.